No. He didn't slam you, he didn't bump you, he didn't nudge you. He rubbed you. And rubbing, son, is racing. How many have ever bumped into a dock, or I'm sure everybody's tied up to some piece of shit boat one time and got something scratched or rubbed through or what have you. So if you've never bumped a dock, well, you've never driven a boat. So now this isn't dock damage. Of course, y'all know about the accident and whatnot, but we're going to try to buff out some of these bad spots, wipe this dude clean, see if we can't smooth this out. I really don't want to replace a 20-foot section of rubber rail for, 6-8 inches of damage, and most people honestly will never see it again. Regardless of how nice somebody's boat looks or how high dollar you think it is, go to a big poker run, go check out some of these $1 million boats and look close. They are, some of them aren't as nice as you would think. They've all got a little rash here and there. Sometimes even they're not put together very well. So we're going to try to fix this. This is the easy side. The other side's got a little more damage to the stainless, which I think will be easier to get out probably than the cuts and damage in the rubber or the plastic part. But we're going to see what we can do, and we'll see how it turns out. So before I get into showing y'all the other side that I got done, turned out pretty good. I'm going to tell you what I've done, or what I actually am doing and what I'm using, and then I'll get into this side, and then when both sides are done, then I'll give you a walk around of it. But if you can see, this side's probably the worst side. There's no big heavy gouges, but it's pretty rough all the way down, and it's not really gouged right there real bad, but it's scuffed up pretty bad. So what I'm doing is I'm taking acetone to get the black off, and what you really have to be careful with is, because this is petroleum based, it's plastic or polyurethane or wherever it's made out of, the acetone will melt if you really start to rub it. It'll actually melt the plastic if you really start to rub it in, but we're also using that to our advantage. So I use the acetone to get all the black off, any of the discoloration, and I'll take a little angle grinder, a little whiz wheel, and I've got a blue pad which is made for aluminum, which is the softest Scotch-Brite type pad I believe that you can get. And what we'll do is we'll ease all of the bad spots down the best we can, and then we'll take the acetone again and we'll use it to smooth it. And we'll actually use the melting side effect to our benefit and kind of smooth out any of the rough patches that we can't really get into. And then on the stainless, the actual stainless piece itself, I'll switch over to a little bit more aggressive pad, and then we'll take it and we'll use it to buff it out. You'll also notice that I'll put tape on once I've done the white part, the plastic part. I'll put tape on the that to keep it, because when we start polishing and stuff on the stainless, it'll cause it to turn black, and you'll have to redo the whole wiping the black off process. But then we'll go to 600 grit sandpaper, and we'll work our way up to 2000. And after 2000, if we've got most of all the heavier scratches that are really noticeable, then we'll take some metal polish and use that metal polish and basically buff it out. Now this side's got a pretty good stretch. We've got a stretch here of about not quite 3 feet, and there's another little bitty section near the back that we'll have to do. So this side's going to take a little bit longer, but we'll mash it all together and try to keep it as short as possible, and we'll see how it goes. Well, it didn't turn out too bad. I'll give you a real close-up here, look here in a minute. Then I got to thinking as I'm doing this, if you look real close, like, you know what, I bet the body shop's going to take that rub rail off just so they can get to the body work or get to the fiberglass on that top piece done. I was like, they're probably going to take it off and go, well, we had a piece of this laying around, so we stuck it on instead. So I probably did all this for nothing. But I hope you learned something. It's kind of all an experiment for me, doing a little at a time, whether I wanted to or not. But let me give you a close-up. I hope y'all can see. There's still a few little dings in here, a couple little scratches. But if you consider what it looked like before, hell, it looks alright to me. When I'm back there driving or sitting on a sun pad drinking a beer, I won't be able to tell. So until next time, hope you maybe y'all learned something. If you got any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. If you are way more experienced polishing stainless than me, feel free to leave a comment too. Maybe somebody else will learn something. Maybe I'll learn something for the next time. But until then, hopefully you will see us. We'll be at Catawba, Cannonball Run, first weekend in June. And then I don't know if I'll put out a video before then. We're gonna finish up the all the maintenance stuff on the engines while the boat's at the body shop, and hopefully as soon as the boat gets back, I'll drop everything in. We're hoping to be on the water probably the end of July, if I was to guess. But until then, see y'all in the water. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys this side too. Now we're done.